Brett, just tell me about like what it is in your definition, the downtown strategy, or what they call the greater downtown plan. Like, what does it mean to you, and what do you want to take this whole idea to exercise it, to practice it, and eventually to execute it to a point that you want for Calgary?
Yeah, for me, it's about, creating that downtown vibrancy where people, want to go, want to spend time, whether it's with their family or go for lunch or whatever it means for an individual person within the city of Calgary from all quadrants of the city of Calgary to spend some time downtown. So how do we do that? By attracting different community sectors, whether it's entertainment or arts and culture, the different aspects of revitalizing downtown has to be discussed. And so the $200 million cash injection into downtown revitalization that council signed off on early this spring was the first step towards a $1.1 billion effort over the next 10 years. So
what is your laundry list? Like we gotta start somewhere. You have mentioned about safety, you've mentioned about inclusivity, accessibility, whatnot, making sure public transit is viable. But if you are to start with a new council, in a way, more than half of the new faces, maybe more than that, working together within that dynamic, what is your top of the list in your laundry list?
Yeah, no question. We're going to see at least 9 new councillors on council. So that's exciting. Fresh faces, fresh ideas. But yeah, there's no question we have to talk about arts and culture. We've got $80 million injection for the Arts Commons expansion. We've got the entertainment district with the arena that's being built. Hopefully we'll get that shovels in the ground soon. It's about public safety, and again, it doesn't matter how nice we build downtown with facilities. If people don't feel safe and secure when they go downtown, they won't go downtown. So making sure public safety is in order, that's working with CPS and community agencies and social agencies as one to create that effort. The train to downtown from International Airport, that will be a game changer for the city of Calgary. We need to make that connection. Let's talk about Brewery Row and Music Mile. We have iconic National Music Center, and we're now the home for the Canadian Country Hall of Fame. We want to expand on that, making sure that Calgary is that place to go when it comes to music. Brewery Row, we have award-winning microbreweries here in the city of Calgary, worldwide award-winning. I want to expand on that and create an avenue, a Brewery Row, where you can taste the flavors of the city of Calgary. But yeah, there's so much work to be done. And the other thing is repopulating the downtown core with the next generation. When I've talked to the thousands of Calgarians about the future of Calgary, the next 10, 20, 30 years, it's about how do we get the next generation to choose downtown Calgary, because that's where they want to live, is in the downtown core. Well, what's going to give them the opportunity? Well, that's making sure they have employment, make sure we create a downtown co-op program, and making sure the downtown is vibrant. I have a vision where the youth go to school, live, work, and play all in the downtown core. So let's create that idea too as well.
When immigrants kind of experience what they have in their country of origin, like for example, Asian community, they're living in a compact environment, high pace, high density kind of experience. When the chance has come, they will be thinking about living in the suburb and just kind of enjoy that quiet environment. What kind of persona you kind of see people living in downtown, work, live, and play? Are there some portals and windows for different people when they look at, hey, I have a choice of Toronto, Vancouver, Calgary? Why Calgary?
Why Calgary? I mean, we've got the mountains, we've got the geography on our side, we've got wonderful people. Our single greatest asset in the city of Calgary is its people, and we have to foster that, make sure that they choose Calgary. But there's no question you can live in the suburbs, but wouldn't it be nice to also make it a destination, the downtown, where you could live in the suburbs, have a backyard and a garden, but also have downtown as a playground for you. So to have that younger generation live in the downtown, fantastic, but also make it accessible, downtown accessible to all Calgarians from all over the city. That's making sure that we're accessible, make sure we're inviting, make sure we're safe, Parking costs. That's another thing that we seem to brush by without paying too much attention. We got to lower the cost of parking in downtown. That drives people away for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So making sure we take a look at that as well too. But, pop-up music festival, cultural events, making sure that all cultures are represented here in the city of Calgary is a great place to start.
You are a businessman, and you know that when it comes to money, when it comes to cost, there is something opportunity cost that we call. And where do you find the money to make sure that we have that laundry list of dreams to be realized in your next term if you were elected?
Yeah, we've decided that we're going to move forward if I'm elected with pursuing priority-based budgeting, which changes how we look at how we spend taxpayers' money. Currently, we operate on a budget cycle where we look at last year's spend and set next year's budget based on that. That leaves Calgarians always being asked for more money. Priority-based budgeting is you have a set amount of money to start with, and through prioritizing items that want to be funded with citizen input, you create a list of priorities. And when the money runs out, you stop spending. That way, we're not going back to taxpayers continuously for more money. And that way, we will have extra money left over for priority items such as music festivals and capital projects and so forth. So yeah, it's an exciting way to look at it, that we're not continuously going back to the taxpayer.
My final follow-up question would be, how does it affect the tax shift, the current tax shift in the future? What do you see that tax base coming from?
Yeah, and currently right now we're overburdening the non-residential taxpayer outside of downtown. I own commercial real estate as well as residential, so I feel the pain on both sides. So there's no question we cannot continue to overburden the small to medium-sized businesses. Otherwise, they're going to shutter down and move out of the jurisdiction, unfortunately. So we have to make sure that we're not continuously going back to the taxpayer for more money. So during priority-based budgeting implementation, I'll propose that we go on to a 2-year budget freeze. That way it gives households as well as small businesses an opportunity to catch their breath and make sure that they continue to stay in the city of Calgary.
Anything I missed you want to touch on? Final?
No, I think it's good. We're coming up to the election day next Monday. I just want to encourage everybody, exercise your democratic right and go out and vote. Your voice needs to be heard at the city of Calgary, and go to my website, votebradfield.ca. And if you want to connect by phone or by email, I'd love to hear from you.
And that is Brad Field, one of the mayoral candidates in this 2021 Calgary general election. Thank you so much for your time, Brad.
Thank you so much for having me.